And then I just fell down. No reason, just fell down. And then spent like a month in hospital, and it turned out that I had a virus on that day, and it was a virus called transverse myelitis. And yeah, then I never walked again after that. So kind of a crazy start. But after that, I guess my whole life was kind of, it wasn't a big deal because that was just my life then. So I was always trying to just play with my friends and have fun. And all through school, I loved sport. So even though I wasn't walking, I was playing football, rugby, cricket. I was playing all the games with my friends. And the people at my school noticed that, especially the caretaker, the housemaster of the school. He ran like a sports club. And he saw that I was always playing with the kids, but as we got older and older, obviously things got a little bit more hard because they're running around more fast than I can like mess around on the floor or push in my wheelchair. So him and a local police officer decided to try and look for something that I could do. And they found a few options, but the first one that they came to was wheelchair basketball. So they took me to a club in London that was like 30 minutes from my house called London Titans. And just straight away, as soon as I walked into the court, basketball court, I fell in love with the sport. There was just amazing personalities there. There was international basketball players already at the club, so I was seeing like the best players in the world really playing straight away. And yeah, it was just an amazing moment for me, seeing how fast someone could be in a wheelchair. A lot of other people competing in wheelchairs, which I'd never really seen before to that point, because I was always just playing with kids that are running around. And yeah, I just fell in love with the sport from that moment. Then a few years later, to improve my career and become a better player, I decided to leave my home in England and to move to Italy, where I kind of grew up a lot. I didn't go to university, but I think it was kind of the same experience of going somewhere totally strange and just having to grow up and meet new people and learn a new language and a new culture. And I think that's when wheelchair basketball really became my life. It became my family. I met people, obviously, I fell in love with and fell out of love with, and the whole like life story happened because of wheelchair basketball. So, you know, it was really important. It was a really special kind of time for me growing up and becoming an adult within wheelchair basketball. And I think a lot of young people that grow up in a wheelchair kind of grow up not knowing what the potential is for them to live their life. But within wheelchair basketball, you kind of see other people that have already kind of found their potential and running businesses, living their lives like you'd expect a normal person to live their life. And so you have role models straight away. And I mean, that's a really, really important thing, I think, for young kids in wheelchairs is to see what is possible. I think one of the major contributing factors in becoming who I became was that when I started at London Titans in England when I was 13 or 14 years old, Gaz Chowdhury was also starting at that time. And as we all know, he became an amazing 4-point player, an amazing international basketball player, and also a great coach. And it was me and him were the two rookies on the team, so we were the ones that were always training together. And me as a 2-pointer, him as a 4-pointer, I had to really work hard to even be able to compete, even though we were both rookies. He had like obvious physical abilities greater than mine. So I was always working hard, and I never saw myself as a 2-pointer versus a 4-pointer. It was like me versus Gaz, and we had to beat each other. And so I think that was an amazing start for me in my career, is the fact that I could just compete, and I had to try and up my level straight away from just being a kid. And I think my competitiveness is kind of what's driven me to being here. I never want to make an excuse. I never want to say, oh, I can only do this or I can only do that. I want to try and win everything against anyone. And I think that's the attitude I take into training now. So the next stage in my career was to come to Lahn-Dill. For a long time, I'd been playing for clubs in Italy where I wanted to build a big club like Lahn-Dill. But it never quite we never quite managed to do it. I lost in finals a couple of times, had good teams that just didn't quite succeed, and I was getting really, really frustrated and just thought, at this point in my career, I'm probably not going to win anything anymore with a club team. And at the same time, Nick got in touch with me and he was talking about the next season and if I wanted to play for Lahn-Dill. And it was like suddenly I just had so much more hope and so much more happiness about basketball again. I had a new ambition and a new drive, and I wanted to come here and win championships. Obviously, last year we won the Champions Cup, and that was a dream come true. I still kind of get emotional about thinking about it because it was something I never thought was going to happen. I thought it was a cup that was just out of my reach, and we got it done. And that was just amazing, and it's given me the taste that now I want to win more trophies here, and really build a legacy on top of what the legacy of Lahn-Dill already is.